we are now going to go into our workshop. We invited one of the big men in Nigeria. We call him big man. He's a traditional ruler. You know, he was fully ordained. He's an engineer by profession here. He is also the president of Congress of Imo State Indigenes in Essen. He is this, he is that, he is this, he is that. Thank God he's here with his wife, Lolo. So we want to encourage every one of us as we invite him to the forum. First of all, we want all of us to stand as we welcome him, and he will give us just a few words to encourage us on understanding our situation and the cultural differences here in the diaspora. Chief IGWE, please. Thank you. Shall we rise up, please?
You guys call me Igwe, I will do what made me to be an Igwe. Cha 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 Ndibo Kun. Hey! You can sit down, please.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for this singular honor. It's been a wonderful stay working for the union I belong to, and all of us working together as one cultural group trying to establish ourselves in Germany. We're talking about cultural differences. Many of us, I would say most of us, or most of you that just came now, you are enjoying what some of us or some of our brothers has already prepared. When we came to this country, it was just like stepping in an ice block room. What is culture? That's what is important. What do we define as culture? Culture is nothing but the way of the people. Yeah, my culture is just the way I behave. The way you behave, the way all of us behave. So culture has so many dimensions and so many areas. Some people define culture as your religion. Just what you do. Most time we think culture is when we come together and dance. That is culture. No. Culture is the way of life. Our way of life. When we came to this country, we hear us talking about culture, the culture shock. Culture shock. What does it mean? Because we came into a different society in general. The language, as was explained by the president, the language is a big barrier. It was a culture shock for most of us. I can remember myself when I was in Nigeria trying to escape. I was looking for any means to escape. Sometimes one of my friends who was in Germany was telling me, do I know the country they call Hamburg? I didn't know that Hamburg is in Germany. I thought Hamburg is a country. The guy was even in Nigeria directing me how I'm going to enter from Berlin to Münster. It's about 5 minutes drive. When I landed in Münster, when I landed in Berlin, it took me almost one day. I was afraid that I'm going back to Nigeria. These are the shocks we always experience when we come here. Sometimes this whole shock, we're talking about it in Germany, it's even among us. It's amongst us from our different tribes. So sometimes talk about shock here. Shock is a language, the different language we speak. Sometimes we have this understanding, we don't understand exactly what we need to do and when we need to do them. What we need to do and when we need to do them. And as I said, because of people have been coming into Germany from time to time, we are now building that society that is accommodating us as foreigners. Sometimes we categorize ourselves as Africans. We should learn to use that word a little bit somehow much, because in Africa we have a continent of different countries. What are the what is it? The cultural differences. Food is equally a culture. The kind of food people eat is part of their culture. Just for example, most of us here, if we say we are Nigerians, if every part of our Nigerian, we have specified food type we eat. So it is not everything that everybody knows. Most people, like for example, I grew up in Yoruba land. I grew up in Lagos. I was born and bred in Lagos. I will always tell you the names we call ourselves. They will call us the Igbos, the Igbos will call the Yorubas, So we see at a particular time, even we amongst ourselves, we have this division amongst our culture. It is not a problem. It's just a matter of understanding one another. The word culture, that is what brought about diversity. Diversity means people of different ethnic groups, people of different race, people of different religion coming together and coexisting in one space. That is what brought about, culture brought about diversity. Diversity means people coming together. We have Christians, we have Hindus, we have Muslims, all of us coexisting in one space and living together. So, culture, like in Germany, let us talk about where we live. The president explained more about culture. The society, German government, encourages us to build, to live and enjoy our culture here. So we should try as much as we can to organize ourselves in our various cultural groups to display our culture. They have not asked us to leave our culture behind. Only what they want us is to enjoy our culture according or within the rules and the rules of their own country. Nobody will ask you. We're working in different organizations. I can tell you, anytime we apply for fund from the start, as long as it is culture, they are highly willing to give us that funding, as long as we're able to explain to them what we want to do with the money. And one thing, culture, as I said earlier, is the way of the people. It's not all about dancing. It is how people believe and how people behave. For example, I'm sorry to use this. We live here. As long as we live here, we still live in the syndrome of African time. There's nothing like African time. This program was destined to start at 2 o'clock, but this is not at 2 o'clock, and we still live here, and we still keep on living African time. You cannot live a culture where you carry a culture that does not make much improvement. I don't want to say much sense. I want to call it improvement in our daily lives. Why does our culture never stops us from going to Abai stamp or going to the foreign office when we have an appointment? Why does our culture only affect us when we are doing our own personal things? We want to learn. We came here to learn good things. So we want to take the good ones, not always playing the politics of when it is our own, we go back. And then that is what is affecting all our programs. We should learn. If you are in a place and there's a culture, we want to pick some culture from where we are. So we should learn to take the good ones. There's nothing bad about our culture, but what is bad about it is because we just sleep and expect our culture will revive itself. We are the people who's going to revive our culture. Culture meaning the way of life. But we should learn to take the better way of life. I'm going to give another example. What is culture? Most times, just like that time our president explained here, we talk about our families, our children, our upbringing. We always think that the way our forefathers, they always tell us what the old man says standing on the top of a tree. If you sitting down, if you go to the Iroko mountain, you will not be able to see it. Good, that is what they think. But sometimes some people will tell you computer can see everything, even a laptop that is very, very flat on the table can do everything. What it means here is understanding. One need to understand how things work. It is not about the only thing they use those statements for is talking about respect. Respect is good, but respect does not mean suppression. Like in my house sometimes, when I travel with my family, my children, they will call me Ike. They will be looking at me. They will be looking at me. Then I will ask them, what is my name? They say, your name is Ike. And so when my child does not know my name and he gets on the road and gets missing, and they ask him, where are you from? He does not know his father's name. What's the problem? If my son, my daughter, stay out on the way, and they ask him, who are you? He does not know his name. And who is your father? You say he does not know his father. What's your father's name? Does not know his father's name. So who is losing? Is it me that is losing or my child? What is most important is the respect there. Calling my name does not make any difference. That is my name. That is my name. What we should learn to understand that most times the things we attach importance to are not important. I will give another example. I'm going to say this because it has happened to me. When I came to this country, I'm talking about culture. When I came to this country, I experienced having a girlfriend in Nigeria. We used to quarrel. Then when I had my wife here, we had issues. So when she said I'm leaving the house, I will beg her, darling, don't go. My wife's woman, don't go. I will be pulling her. For her, I am restraining her from moving. For her, it's an offense to stop her from moving. For my woman, it's a big offense. Allow me, I want to go out. But then, we divorced. Then I got married to a black woman. The same issue, I had an issue with my woman. I will tell her if she's going out and I quarrel with her, she gets annoyed, wants to go out. If I leave her, she will say, hey, you want me to go so you can be another wife. So you see the confusion we are living in now. We are living in a very big confusion. You go here, you are not doing well. You go here, you are not doing well. So that is why it is difficult for us who migrated from our continent to Europe. What is the right balance? How are we going to survive this? You play this, it is wrong. You play this, it is wrong. How can I tell a woman you are going out? You say, please don't go out there, please my babe, don't go, darling, don't go out. They said you are restricting her movement. Another woman come, you tell her, okay, go now, go and have fresh air. You allow me to go, and then I can go and pick up my woman, not my other wife. So you see, that is one thing that is important to us. We need to learn to understand, to balance every situation we are in. Everywhere we are. Just like as we said, that balance it means we are in Germany. We need to learn how to survive and how to live amongst them. So that is what it means. You cannot drop Peter to pay Paul. As we were in Germany here, there are rules. Their culture is the way they live, the things they believe in. So it will be of our own interest how that if we come here, we obey and follow things according to the norms. Some reasons, well, sometimes we talk about why most of us do not understand culture. Just that these are these little things we're talking about. Sometimes we lack the knowledge of understanding. Sometimes we stereotype each other. They are all Germans, that is how they behave. They will tell us, they are all blacks, that is how they behave. That is called stereotyping. You cannot group people. They are all Yorubas, that is how they behave. They are all Igbos, they are all money, they like money too much. No, everybody likes money, but it's in the way you like it that matters most. Everybody, nobody will tell me that he does not like money. If you don't like money, don't pay your house bill, you be outside. But what matters most is the way you push forward to things. That's what makes difference. Sometimes the religious belief, that is another reason why people don't understand culture. Culture has its root in our religion. Most times people think that because I am a Catholic, or I am a Christian, I'm a Muslim, I am more better than the next person. Nobody knows who is more better than any of us. The only thing that matters most is your understanding with one another. It does not matter which religion. Sometimes I sit down and think, like, we the Christians, for example, we the Catholic, we always think these days. But sometimes I will sit down and think, all the places Jesus Christ lived in, they are all Muslim countries now. So are we sure if Muslim is the right religion or Christianity is the right religion? But what matters most is your personal belief and what you think and your relationship with one another. I don't see any place anymore, because sometimes I sit down and think, what is important is your personal relationship with one another, and that is that same culture we're talking about. Because as long as you communicate with your next neighbor, you are proving your cultural differences. If my religion and yours is not the same, it's two of us in two different cultures. But what matters most is coordination, how two of us manages each other to live in one universe of a space. We're talking about past experience. These are the reasons why one cannot, or one does not understand culture. Past experience. I give an example of one of the past experience. You moved towards one direction, and then something new comes in. We are now confused. What is the right thing to do? That is past experience. I used to tell my wife from time to time, I would tell her that I would have preferred to remain with my white wife. She gets annoyed about it. The reason, because I select what I want to select at that particular time. I want to select that my woman will allow me this, the white one, because I want to win on that position I'm talking to her about. These are the things we're talking about. It's an experience I've gathered before, and because I want to play this experience, I use them against the other person because it favored me, or it's going to favor me at the present time I'm discussing. It is wrong, because as long as you are living in a space, you want to understand what the other person needs to understand. Another thing I used to say, culture is the way of life. And as long as we're in Germany, we need to adapt to some of their culture by understanding the way they live. The way they live, please. If I repeat everything I'm going to say, I'm going to repeat more virtually what the chairman or the president of this group repeated. It's the ability for us to understand the existence, our existence here, and form ourselves in groups. They said, if we want to survive in this country, we need to organize ourselves in groups, organize ourselves in our cultural differences, in our cultures, and display them. We display them. They want us to live here. That is why, if you watch, every blessed day or every year that passes by, they change their rules to accommodate us more. They change their rules to accommodate us more. Meaning, they are now open for this bilateral understanding that all of us will understand and live together here happily. So please, not without taking much of your time, I know we started very late. I want us as Nigerians, I'm trying to use the word carefully. I don't want us to make it that there's some other people from other countries here and we are excluding them. I want us to, as Nigerians, to try to work together and try as much as we can to exhibit our cultures here. Nobody has asked us not to do it. So I would like us that from time to time we come together, display all our cultural things we can. If it's our masquerade, if it's our dances, we can equally bring them together and show it to them. It is for us a very good thing. Sometimes they said because we are 200 million, it is a difficult thing for us. Sometimes it is very good that we have so many things to display to the outside world. Sometimes we have a culture where the Igbo man will bring his own Calabar, the Yoruba, the Hausa, everybody will bring their dance group and we'll bring them out and display it. That will be a great deal for us. Please, I'm using this opportunity to talk about it. Please, learn and be able to join one of these organizations. We have a lot of them in Germany now. Don't just sit down and expect that the culture of our continent or our country will be displayed by somebody else. It is us that will do that. It is us that will share our culture. Please, I'm taking this opportunity. I'm going to say thank you for the little time given to me. I will say we should all try as much as we can to teach our children our ways of life. Our ways of life is important. Our cultures. If it involves us, you see me now. I'm wearing this now. My son is wearing it too. So what I'm doing is trying to show him what it looks like from my place. It is not because I want to try to make him understand that there is a difference. The kind of different clothing we wear in wherever we come from. Try as much as we can to help us sell our culture to the people in the country where we are living. They are not against our culture. So we should always try to sell it to them so that they can be a part of the culture and enjoy the cultures as we too are trying to enjoy the culture of their own, the country we are living in. Thank you, brothers and sisters.